Hello students, in this video we see how inheritance works in C#. Now as we know, inheritance means extracting the features of previous class. Means we can inherit the properties of another class, which is the base class. Okay, we derive the attributes or we derive the properties of our base class. Means inheritance means there is reusability. Means if we have already done some part, then if we want that same part or same attributes in another class, then there is no need to define all these attributes once again, because we have already defined in they are in another class, so we may use as it is from that class. So base class or parent class is there, where we define some properties, and if we want that same properties in another class, then there is no need to define all those same properties of base class in derived class. We can use as it is from base class. For this purpose, we need to derive our class from that particular base class, so that we can use the base class properties as it is in our derived class. So in this program, we have already created one student class. There is one default constructor, then parameterized constructor. Then we have already seen what is the use of this keyword. Then we are declaring some objects inside main. We are declaring some objects of our class inside main, and calling our methods inside this main. Now if I want to create one class, which is I'm creating one another class as marks, and if I want to use inheritance, means if I want to use this student class properties inside this marks, then I use here student as a base class. This is the syntax in C# to inherit one class from another. Now I am creating here marks class, and this is our derived class, and from which class I am deriving this marks class. My base class is here student. Now I am deriving this marks class from student, so that I can use the student properties, means roll number, name, or these get data method and display method as it is inside this marks class. Now I am declaring here own marks properties as I am declaring here physics, chemistry, and math. And now I am using here constructor. Now you know what is the meaning of constructor, or what is the use of constructor. Constructor does not have any return time, and we need to declare it is in public, and I am using here parameterized constructor C, then int pcm, and here for simplicity I am removing this parameterized constructor. We see parameterized constructors in base classes and derived classes in another version or in next video. We use here simple parameterized constructor and initializing the data member values, physics as parameter value as with parameter value, then chemistry is equal to C, and math equal to M. So in this way we initialize our data members by using parameters. Then for displaying purpose I am using here display marks function. and inside this I'm displaying the marks. Console dot write line, and I'm displaying the marks of physics. Physics equal to physics marks, then chemistry and math. We also display here total and percentage. If we want total and percentage, then we may display here total as well. Now I am declaring one local variable here and storing the values physics plus chemistry plus math inside it, and I am using here double variable percentage is equal to total divided by 3. Now we can display the total as well as percentage. Total as total, and for percentage I am again giving the message percentage equal to percentage. So in this way, inside mark there we define 3 data members as physics, chemistry, maths. We accept the values by using parameterized constructor, and then we display the marks values as well as its total and percentage. Now these all are the members of same class marks. Now there is no any reusability. If we want to access the members of this student class, because I am deriving this marks class from student, so we can access the student members as it is. Okay, means roll number, name we can use as it is. So if I want to display the roll number and name of student, then I can use display function of a student class here. Means before displaying the marks, I am displaying his or her roll number and name, and then I am displaying the marks and total and percentage. So before displaying the marks details, we display his or her roll number and his or her roll number and name, and then marks we will display. Now I am removing all these lines here. Now I am not declaring the object of student, but instead of declaring the object of student, I am declaring this object of marks here. Now marks is my derived class, and here I am using s1 is equal to new marks, and I am passing the values as 56, 67 and 80 physics, chemistry, maths, and then by using s1 I can call get data function. This method is of our student class, and I can call this method with the help of marks object, because there is inheritance. All the members of a student class we can access in marks class. So I can call this get data method of our student class, because student is our base class. We can call display method as well as get data method at the dot property of this marks object. So I can call this get data, and I am passing the arguments as 12 and Archana. 12 as roll number and Archana as name. Now I am calling display marks, and there is what is the name? We see display marks, M is capital, so Now there is no need to call the display method separately here inside main, because inside display marks I already called this display method. So by using this display method, roll number and name values will be already displayed. So there is no need to call display method here. So if I run this program, see what we will get as output. Here I am getting the output as roll number is 12, name is Archana, because inside a display marks I am calling display method. So by using that display method, I am getting this two lines. First two lines, roll number is 12 and name is Archana. Now inside display marks, we have displayed the marks, physics, chemistry, maths, and total and percentage. So this is the display marks output, but before display marks we are declaring S1 variable of marks class, then we instantiate it by passing the parameters. So parameterized constructor here will be called. This parameterized constructor we have written inside this marks class. So this constructor will be called, and the values or data members initialized as this 56, 67 and 80. Then by using display marks we displayed the marks as well as total and percentage. So in this way we use inheritance concept inside C#. So in this program we have declared or defined a student class, which is the base class, and we can use public members of student class. Okay, public members of student class inside our derived class, which is here marks class. Marks is our derived class, so that we can access all the student class properties or public properties directly inside this marks class. So if I am not calling this get data function, if I am not calling this get data function, what happen we will see. If I am not forcefully calling this get data function, then what is the sequence of calling the constructor? Now if I am removing this line, now what happens while creating the object of derived class? If there is a constructor inside base class, then that base class constructor will be called first. Okay, base class constructor will be called. Here student constructor, default constructor, there is only one constructor, which is default constructor, and by using default constructor, roll number and name assigned to that particular object. So roll number is assigned as 100 and name is assigned as Ramesh inside the object memory. Okay, so before calling the derived constructor, a base constructor, if there is, then that base constructor will be called first, and then a derived constructor will be called. So at this line, while we instantiate our object, before calling the marks parameterized constructor, base constructor will be called and values will be assigned or initialized accordingly. And after calling the base constructor, then control goes to the parameterized constructor of our marks class. So this is the parameterized constructor, and by using parameterized constructor of derived class, values will be assigned in that particular object. Now we will display the display marks, and inside display marks we already called the display method of base class. So by using display method we are displaying the roll number and name. Now inside memory there is a roll number value as 100 and name as Ramesh, because there was called a default constructor. So by using default constructor, values has already assigned to that particular object, and those default values will be displayed on screen, and then these physics, chemistry, maths marks will be displayed, their total and percentage. So we are not calling this get data method forcefully here, and see what is the output. See here, default values are